All right, everyone, welcome back to this channel. This is Decoding with Cody, and this video is going to be about the World Cup that has now been finalized for one day after the Pope's birthday, and how this is tied to the Society of Jesus and Ignatius of Loyola, and also the Pope. So, first of all, guys, if anyone who's watching this does not understand who the Society of Jesus is, please go check out Gematria Effect News on YouTube and his website. This man, Zachary K. Hubbard, is, been one of the pioneers of showing the connections with the Society of Jesus in our society. And I just wanted to make sure I give him a shout out and send you to him in case you want to know more in depth, because I'm not going to be able to cover all of this stuff in depth in this video. But just for a quick overview, the Jesuits are a religious order of the Catholic Church headquartered in Rome that was founded in 1540 by Ignatius of Loyola. So I want you to remember that man, Ignatius of Loyola. And also I want you to understand who the Pope is. The current Pope is the first Pope who was a member of the Society of Jesus. Okay? And again, this is big because I'm going to show you how all these things, how everything is really tied to the Pope and Ignatius of Loyola here. That's the World Cup happening on December 18th, one day after the Pope's birthday. It's completely tied to these two men. And also, there's a few other people. There's other things I'm going to tie in here, but just remember these two men, all right? The Pope, who's the first Jesuit Pope, and the founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius of Loyola. So, here's the Pope Francis. His real name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio. He's from Argentina, and Argentina is in the World Cup. All right? And remember, this Pope is the first Pope to ever be a member of the Society of Jesus and the first Pope from the Americas, from the South Americas, which Argentina is, where Argentina is located. All right? And I want you to remember their two birthdays, because I'm going to be measuring from their birth dates. Ignatius of Loyola was born October 23rd, 1491. The Pope was born December 17th, 1936. Okay? Just so you guys have an understanding of what dates I'm going to be showing you, how perfect these dates are. All right? So here's the World Cup. And the Society of Jesus was founded in France. And they just happened to be playing. As you guys can see here, it was founded in France. Actually, it doesn't have it written there, but trust me, guys. The Society of Jesus was founded in Paris, France, as it says here, in 1541 by Ignatius of Loyola, okay? So what are the chances that this World Cup has the founding country where the Society of Jesus was founded, and it's playing the country where the current Jesuit Pope is from, Argentina, okay? It's a perfect Jesuit game. Absolutely perfect Jesuit game. And it's one day after the Jesuit Pope's birthday, So let me show you how this is all tied together. So first of all, the number 201 in Gematria. Again, I'm using Gematria, which is just a numeric code of turning letters into numbers and giving them a numerical value and then adding them up to get totals, all right? And this is just the basic cipher Gematria right here, which is just A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, all the way up to Z is 26. So Argentina, A would be worth 1. R would be worth 18 because R is the 18th letter. So you add them all up, and Argentina World Cup equals 201, okay? The founder of the Society of Jesus, Ignatius of Loyola, equals 201. The Jesuit Pope's full name, real name, is Jorge Mario Bergoglio. He's the first Jesuit Pope. The founder of the Jesuits is Ignatius of Loyola, and they both equal 201. All right? And the Pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, lives in Suite 201. All right? Also, from the very founding date of the Society of Jesus on September 27, 1540, to the World Cup on December 18th, 2022, is exactly 176,129 days. Now, this is a prime number. This is the 16004 prime number. So first of all, that's pretty impressive that it lands on an exact prime number with 2 zeros in it. So if you, in numerology, if you drop the 2 zeros, you'd get the 164. Okay, so it's a pretty intricate number to be landing on, from the founding date of Society of Jesus to the World Cup, which is all about the 2 Jesuit teams. All right, and it lands on that day. But not only that, guys, I just showed you how the 201 is important here between those 3 here at the top, right? But not only that, guys, the number 129 is 201 in base 8 counting, okay? So this day, this World Cup is 129 days after the anniversary of the founding date of the Society of Jesus. And that's important because 129 is 201. And I just showed you how important the 201 is up here, okay? And now it's 129 days after the anniversary of the establishment of the Society of Jesus, and 129 is once again 201 in base 8 octal system. All right, as I have it highlighted at the bottom. Sorry, guys, have it highlighted right there in octal system. It's 201, 129. Okay, and if that wasn't enough of 201s, if you type in the World Cup 2022, which is what this is, and you just add Society of Jesus, because you might as well add their name to it because that's their name's all over it, right? France versus Argentina is all about them. And just notice that the World Cup 2022 Society of Jesus equals 201. All right. Also, if you take the 2 teams, Argentina, France, World Cup, and you add the date, December 18th, 2022, you get 2001, which is very similar to the number 201. It's also the same year that we had a huge event. I'm sure you guys all remember. All right? So again, what are the chances all these 201s? Not only that, but the team that's in the World Cup this year versus the Pope's home country is Paris, France, and the Society of Jesus was founded in Paris, France, and it equals 56, just like the Society of Jesus. And from Ignatius of Loyola's 2022 birthday to the Pope's 2022 birthday is 56 days. Okay? So just let that sink in too. All right? On top of that, let's get really deep, because if you take the measurement from Ignatius of Loyola's actual date of birth in October 23rd, 1491 to the World Cup on December 18th, you're going to get exactly 194001, okay? And you're going to notice a lot of these measurements from these dates have 2 zeros in them. I just showed you back here that from the measurement of the founding of the Society of Jesus was 176129 days, which is the 16004 prime. And now from the from the birth date of Ignatius of Loyola, the founder, to the December 18th World Cup is 19400 again, 1. What also is important about this, guys, if you look at it, the amount of days is the backwards code of the year he was born. So notice that he was born in 1491. If you take the amount of days from his birth to the World Cup backwards, if you drop the 2 zeros in numerology, it's 1491, which is the same year he was born, 1491. Okay? And here's the big one, guys. From the Pope's actual date of birth, December 17th, 1936, to the World Cup, is a palindrome pi number. And what I mean by that is it's pi, which is 3.14, and it's 413. This is pi repeated, and it's backwards. Palindrome just means it's the same you can read it forwards, the same you can read it backwards. So if you read this number forwards, it's 31413, and if you read it backwards, it's 31413. What are the chances that from the Pope's actual date of birth to this World Cup one day after his birthday, he is going to be the palindrome pi number? That blew my mind. Like, absolutely blew my mind. Okay? That's why we live in a mathematical construct. Just think about it. If you need to pause it and really let this sink in, do so, because that is huge. All right? I just showed you that from the amount of days between Ignatius of Loyola to the World Cup is backwards of his year he was born, and I just showed you that from the Pope's birthday is the palindrome pi, which is pi forwards and backwards. Okay? It's just crazy. Also, from the founding date of Argentina, which is the country the Pope's from and the country that's in the World Cup, it's 75403 days, which is again another prime number, 7431 prime number, okay? So just let that sink in, another prime, if you measure from the founding date of Argentina, okay? And the star player for Argentina is Lionel Messi, which is all about Leo, which is in astrology is the sun is in Leo. That's the astrology sign is for the sun is Leo. And his last name is Messi, like Messiah, like the sun, like Jesus was the sun, and this is about the society of Jesus. Okay? Anyway, he's the star player for Argentina, and from his exact birth, okay? From his exact birth, on June 24th, 1987 is 129. I just showed you guys earlier, the 129 is 201 in base 8, which I tied all to the Pope and to the founder. Okay, and it was 176,129 days from the founding of the Society of Jesus to the World Cup. And now, if you measure from the star player on Argentina to the World Cup, it's 129 again. And again, another 201. But not only that, guys, not only does he have the 201 and 129 encoded in the amount of days between his birth and the World Cup, he also has the 296. If you go into the middle and you notice that there's two ones, and in between the two ones of these days is a 296. And that just happens to be the day that Ignatius of Loyola was born. He was born the 296th day of the year. So again, another connection to Ignatius of Loyola in Lionel Messi's birth in the amount of days between his birth to the World Cup. All right? And here's where it gets really crazy, because from the founding, from Ignatius of Loyola's birthday, I already showed you that it's to the World Cup is 194,001 days. Okay? That's not a prime number, but 2 days after the World Cup is a prime number, which is 194,003 days. That is the 17500. Remember, I've been telling you there's a lot of 00s here in all these measurements. All right? But 2 days after the World Cup is a prime number, and it's the 17500 prime. Okay? So then I thought, okay, that's interesting. It's the exact number 175. What about the 17400 prime number? What day would that land on from Ignatius of Loyola's birthday? So I measured and I said, let's go back to the 17400 prime, and to get to that prime, you have to subtract 1,154 days, and if you do that, it lands on Ignatius of Loyola's 2019 birthday. Do you see what I mean, guys? You might have to pause and figure this out in your own minds, because it might be a little tricky. But again, if you go back from the 17500 prime number, which is the amount of days from Ignatius of Loyola's birthday to the 2 days after the World Cup, if you go back 1154 days to the 17400 prime number, which is 192847, it's Ignatius of Loyola's birthday, October 23rd, 2019. Also, the 1154 days is significant because it's a anagram of the year that Ignatius of Loyola became the Superior General of the Society of Jesus. Remember, he became the Superior General in 1541, and if you go back 1154, which is 1154 is a anagram of the 1541, the year, it's Ignatius of Loyola's birthday. Do you see what I mean? It's just perfect. It's just perfect. So anyways, guys, I hope you understood that last part. It's a little hard to explain, but I just wanted to get these really crazy numbers, date measurements out there, because it just kept blowing my mind how perfect it is. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys understood. We'll be watching the World Cup closely to see what happens. Personally, I think Argentina's going to win, but please don't go bet on that. But anyways, I hope that you guys have a great day. I will see you guys in the next video.